In last couple of lectures, we learned about sets in great detail. We learned how to create a set, how to work with set, what are the different methods available on a set, etc. Now in this lecture, we are going to learn how we can loop over sets in JavaScript. And for that, we are going to see two methods. How we can loop over a set using for off loop and how we can loop over a set using for each loop. So in JavaScript, we have for each loop not just only for arrays, but for sets and maps also. Now we have not talked about maps yet, but map is another data structure available in JavaScript, which we are going to talk about in our coming lectures. But JavaScript also provides for each method to loop over sets and maps. So let's see that with an example. So here I have a set called mySet. Now I want to loop over this mySet. And here I'm going to loop over this mySet using for off loop. And as we have already seen, for using a for off loop, we just use for keyword followed by a set of parentheses. Then we create a variable. Let's simply call it as value of my set. So we have learned that we can use this for off loop to loop over any iterable. We have seen examples of looping over arrays and string values using this for off loop. But since a set is also an iterable, we can also loop over a set using for off loop. And if you remember when we learned about for off loop, we learned that this variable which we create here, it receives the value from the iterable. If we are looping over a string, this variable will receive all the characters from that string. If we are looping over an array, this value will receive all the elements from the array for each iteration. And here, since we are using it on a set, for this value variable, we are going to receive the items from this set for each iteration. So for the first iteration, this value will be assigned with this first element, this first item of this set. For the second iteration, this value will be assigned with the second item of the set. For the third iteration, it will be assigned with the third item of the set, and so on. So here, if I go ahead and if I log the value and let's save the changes, you will see that for each iteration, it is looping over the items of this set, the elements of this set, and for each iteration, it is logging this. Now here I have written a very simple logic inside this for off loop body, but here you can also write some complex logic and you can use this value variable inside that logic to do something with the elements of this set. But here I just wanted to show you how we can loop over a set using for off loop. All right, so let me comment this. Then we can also loop over a set using for each. So just like how we have the for each method on an array, in the same way on a set also we have the for each method. So here we have our set, we are calling it my set. On that we can call for each method like this. And to this for each method, again we need to pass a callback function. Here you can use arrow function syntax or anonymous function syntax. I'm going to use anonymous function syntax here so that it will be more readable. Now this callback function which we are passing here for this for each method, here also we are going to receive three optional arguments. Okay, now just to show you that these arguments are optional, what I'll do is I'll write a console.log statement and here let's say callback called. If I save the changes, you see this message callback called has been logged 4 times. That's because in this my set we have 4 elements. So for each item in this set, this callback function is getting executed. So for the first iteration, for this element, this callback function will be executed. For the second iteration, for this element, this callback function will be executed. So for each element in this set, this callback function is getting executed for each iteration. And as you can see, we have not passed any argument to this callback function and still it is working. And this proves that all the arguments which we are going to pass to this callback function, that is optional. None of the parameters of this callback function is mandatory. Anyway, To this callback function, we can specify three parameters. The first parameter will be the value from the set. The second parameter, if you remember in array, when we loop over an array using for each method, then the second parameter receives the index of the current element. But in case of sets, we do not have the concept of index. The first parameter here, it will receive the value from the set for each iteration. And the second parameter, let's for now call it as key. Now, in a set, we do not have any key value pair. We are simply storing values as it is. And we also do not have any concept of index. Then what will be assigned to this key parameter, to this second parameter of this callback function? We will see that in a bit. And here also we can specify the third parameter, which will be the set itself. So for each iteration, this third parameter is going to receive the set on which we are looping over using this for each method. In this case, for each iteration, this set parameter will be assigned with this mySet. And let's see that in action. So what I'll do is I'll log value, I'll log key, and I will log set. If I save the changes, you will see that for each iteration, for the value, it is logging the value from the set. For the first iteration, it is logging Delhi. For the second iteration, it is logging Tokyo because that is the second element. For the third iteration, it is logging London because that is the third element. And for the fourth iteration, it is logging Berlin because that is the fourth element. And for the key also, since we do not have any key value pair in set, we do not have any key in set, and we also do not have any index in set, for the second argument also, it is logging the value itself. This is very important to understand here. When we use for each method on a set, and to that when we pass the callback function, the first and second argument of that callback function receives the same value. The first and second argument receives the element from the set for each iteration. And the third argument here, as you can see, it is logging the set on which we are using this for each method. So for each iteration, it is logging the same set, this my set. So using for each method also, you can loop over a set, and inside the body of the callback function, which we are passing to this for each method, you can write some logic to do something with each element of the set. Here, I'm simply logging the values of each element in the set. Now here you might ask, when this first argument and the second argument of the callback function is going to receive the same value, then what is the use of having this second argument? Well, remember that this for each method, when we use it on an array and when we pass a callback function to it, it takes three optional parameters. Same is case with maps also. You will see that on the maps also we can call the for each method. And there also when we pass a callback function, that also takes three optional parameter. And that is the reason why for the for each method which we use on a set, and to that when we pass a callback function, here also the callback function takes three parameters. And this is done by JavaScript team just to avoid any confusion between the developers when working with for each loop on different data structures. So just to maintain the consistency, the signature of this for each method, for each data structure, for array, map, and set, they have kept these three optional parameters. And in case of set, since we do not have any key value pairs, we do not have any key, or we do not have any index, they decided that they will keep this second argument, but the second argument will also get assigned with the value from the set. So just to maintain the consistency, the signature of the for each method for all types of data structures, so that it will not create any confusion between the developers, they have kept the same signature for the callback function, which we pass to the for each method, which we call on a set. Okay. But using this for each method also, we can loop over a set. So here we talked about for each method and we talked about for off loop to loop over a set. And this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.